Hey fam, thanks for coming back. For my new viewers, my name is Elle. I know I said that I would come back sooner than today, but at least I came back. So much has happened since Mercury has gone into its retrograde stage, and today I want to talk to you about Saturn going into Sagittarius. So let us jump right into it. Saturn is the planet that is associated with responsibilities. Its energy is like a parent looking over you, making sure that you take responsibility for your actions and your thoughts. Saturn is also associated with learning lessons and, um, just basically being responsible. It's also associated with time restriction and boundaries. It is associated, its energy makes you want to think about the things that you have experienced in life and learn a lesson from them so that you can grow in all areas of your life. Saturn's energy is more constricting than it is expanding. Saturn makes you look inside of you more and think about the things that you have done and how you can be more responsible for yourself and also for the world around you that you live in. Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter, and Sagittarius encompasses the energy of expansion, adventure, learning new things, knowledge. Not that Saturn doesn't encompass knowledge, but the energy of Sagittarius is more adventurous. It's more stepping out of the box. It's more doing something that you wouldn't normally do so that you can gain knowledge on something new. While Saturn is more like I said, that authoritative figure that's putting bounds and limitations on you, making sure that you have structure and making sure that you follow the rules. Sagittarius is more along the lines of you follow the rules, but you step outside of the box and you do things that are new, you do things that are exciting. You want to get knowledge on things that you don't necessarily have the knowledge on. Whereby Saturn is more like, okay, you've experienced this, you have this knowledge. What lessons have you learned? What boundaries have you learned according to these experiences and situations that you have gone through? How can you use this knowledge that you have learned so that you can grow in the future and be more responsible for yourself as an adult and as a productive spirit on this planet for everyone involved? So many people think that these two energies, Saturn and Sagittarius, are completely different because, like I said, Saturn is more constricting with regards to its bounds, its limitations, its rules, it's following the rules, it deals with ethics and how you should behave and what you should do and what you should think. While on the other hand, Sagittarius deals with you stepping outside of the box, you learning something new, you doing something new, you experiencing something that you've never experienced before, you wanting to get information about things that you don't know and you haven't experienced. Saturn is constricting and Sagittarius is expanding. And because these energies appear to be different, there are some people who think that while Saturn is in Sagittarius, they might face some challenges that may be kind of difficult to overcome. Now, let me explain this to you. Saturn will be in Sagittarius for the next 2.5 years. And I want to tell you this also. Although these two energies sound like they are complete opposites, they're really not. They work so nicely together. Because during the time period that Saturn is in Sagittarius, what will happen is this. We have the great opportunity to take our beliefs and think about our experiences and step outside of what we think we know or what we believe about the experiences that we have gone through, using the energy of Sagittarius to step outside. But also within the thoughts that you have during Saturn being in Sagittarius, you're able to also use the energy of Saturn to learn your lesson. But you could complement it with the energy of Sagittarius to learn a lesson in a new way, to experience newness when it comes to your old experiences or your old beliefs. This energy will give you the opportunity to think outside of the box on things that you may not have been able to overcome with regards to certain challenges in your life, or your beliefs, or your ethical beliefs. This energy will allow us to definitely set boundaries for ourselves, but perhaps using the energy of Sagittarius, we could set boundaries in a different way, stepping out of the box and being optimistic, because optimism is another great quality of Sagittarius. So if you were thinking in the past, oh, well, I've been through this relationship and that relationship and this happened and that happened, and I definitely learned my lesson because maybe I won't be as open on the first date as I have been in the past. That is the Saturn part of you thinking, constricting thinking that I need to follow certain rules when it comes to dating. And because I didn't in the past, my dates didn't go on, they didn't mature into anything else. But the Sagittarius part of you can think, but hey, maybe this time around I could be a little more playful. And maybe being playful wasn't something that I was before. Maybe this time around I could be a little easier on myself. And although I might not be as, when I say open, I mean like tell everything about you in the first date. Like, I hate this and I hate that. Maybe I could, word things a little differently when I go on a date so that I could make myself be more appealing and not be so negative about my likes and dislikes. That could be a possibility. I'm just throwing out any scenario about how Saturn and Sagittarius could work to your benefit. Another example of how this energy could work to your benefit is this. Let's say you wanted to start a business and you followed the specific rules of starting a business, and unfortunately, your business never prospered. It never came to fruition. Nothing ever happened of it. This energy will allow you to step out of the box of following the strict rules that were given to you in order to start a business, and allow you to get information, or information may come to you, or you might see something or feel something or hear something, and you're like, maybe this might work for me starting a business. Maybe this might work. It might be something that you never thought of before. It might be something that is so unconventional when it comes to what you thought starting your business was about, and following the rules that you followed in the past about starting your business. And in using this energy, the energy of Sagittarius, you are able to gain knowledge about things that you didn't know before about business. You will have the energy and the oomph and the desire to get new information about starting a business that you've never thought of before. You will be more willing to do unconventional things when it comes to starting a business. And I'm not talking about unconventional bad. I'm talking about or that will get you in some kind of tax problem. I'm talking about unconventional things, like maybe you thought that starting a web business would not prosper. With this energy, you might have the inkling to do some research on how web companies start up on the internet and their success rate. And now this new information and this new knowledge is just like, makes you feel so optimistic. Hint, 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 Sagittarius, that you're like, hey, I'm going to do this, because you still are following certain rules, because there are rules and regulations with starting businesses online. Hint, hint, the energy of Sagittarius. You're still following the rules. You still have structure. You still have discipline. You still are following the internet rules within the boundaries that you're supposed to. But you're also using the energy of Sagittarius because you looked into something new with regards to your business, because you learned your lesson before when it came to starting your business and it didn't work. So these are a couple of ways that we can definitely use this energy to our advantage. And I think that we really should, because we're going to be in this energy for the next 2.5 years. So it's basically, you use this energy to your betterment, or Saturn will definitely force you to learn your lessons the hard way. And I am not necessarily sure that you want that to happen. So, with that brief information about Saturn being in Sagittarius, I will give you some websites that you could do some more reading on it. And I really suggest that you use this energy. I have my notes here, but I didn't even read them. Same thing that happened last time I did a vlog on energy. I had all of these notes, but I didn't even read them to you all. But I will definitely give you the websites that I got the majority of my information from, so that you could see everything that it talks about. So definitely use it to your advantage. Lately, I've been feeling like I want to take responsibility for myself, so much so that I snapped at one of my girlfriends the other day because of it. I was like, no, I'm taking responsibility for myself. I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm paying this money and I'm going to take responsibility. Whatever happened about us taking responsibility? So yeah, I am definitely feeling this energy. And not only am I feeling the energy of Saturn and Sagittarius, this Mercury retrograde energy is really, really taking its toll on me regarding traveling. I was supposed to go into dance class on Saturday, and I ran to the train station and got on the wrong train because they switched the train tracks and I wasn't even aware of it. I was supposed to be in Manhattan. I found myself in Brooklyn. Today also, got to the train station at a really great time so that I can get to work early. I was about 20 minutes late. And I could just list things, so many other things that have happened with regards to the energy of Mercury being in retrograde and how everything is like miscommunicated and or botched up when it comes to travel. It is just out of control. But I can say this: when things do not go your way, especially during the transit of Mercury in retrograde, you need to be more of the mindset that this is happening, my plans are delayed, or I didn't receive this package, or maybe there was a miscommunication, and all of this stuff gives you the time that you need to sit down and reflect. Because I really needed to sit down and reflect on Saturday when I found myself in Brooklyn. Normally, I would be so pissed and I would get so hot. But I was just like, okay, Wusa, this happened for a reason. Maybe if you went to dance class, you would have said something and set somebody else off and it wouldn't have been a good situation. Maybe, not even maybe, it was really divine intervention preventing me from going up in dance class with that rah-rah, I want to take responsibility for myself energy that I'm feeling from Saturn and Sagittarius as well. And it gave me the entire day to drop it down quite a few notches and come back down to earth, step outside of myself and this energy and see what is really happening. And that time, hence the time for Mercury retrograde, allowed me to really sit back and think about what happened in the past when I went ballistic and rah-rah. So I definitely learned a lesson using both the energy of Saturn in Sagittarius and the energy of Mercury in retrograde. If you hear that dog barking in the back, that is my hellhound. She is going crazy because she knows that quite a few things are coming up. Now, before I go, I want to let you also know that I am going to make a vlog about the equinox, the autumn equinox, fall equinox that we will be experiencing. We're coming up into the energy, and we will be experiencing the equinox on the 23rd. And I also want to make a video about the super moon, super full moon total lunar eclipse that we will be experiencing on the 27th / the 28th, depending on where you are in the world. And this is a very special super full moon lunar eclipse for me because my son was born on a lunar eclipse 19 years ago, and now it is coming back to basically the same type of energy that he was born in. So it is going to be very significant for me as his mother birthing him, and for him as well. So with that being said, I'm going to go so that I can eat some food and do some research and do some reading so that I can come back to you with all of the information that you need before everything happens so that you can understand what's going on and work with the energy. I hope that you enjoyed this really short vlog. I will check y'all later. I hope you have a good night, day, afternoon, evening, whatever the case may be. I love you all. Check you later.